Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Flower Power Live. And today is July 19th, middle of awesome summer. And so welcome to the show. My name is Allison from the Well Cultivated Life, and I'm an herbalist, an educator, an ecologist, and I love sharing my plant knowledge with all of you. So thank you so much for joining. Now, the other day, my son went out to mow the lawn and I immediately went into a total panic, thinking about what are all the plants growing out there that I have to hurry up and get out there and harvest. And I ran out there with my pruners and I'm cutting all the flowering. There was some red clover and also this little beauty, Self-Heal, which I had been sort of eyeing for a while on the lawn. And he's like, I think I'll mow the lawn. I'm like, no. So crazy plant lady running out there to cut this. I said, listen, you got to come with me or you're going to get mowed down. So here they are. Self-Heal, the name just in and of itself tells you that this is a very important plant in herbal medicine. So Self-Heal is Prunella vulgaris, and it is a member of the plant family. Quiz time. How can I tell it's a member? Did I say plant family? Mint family. How can I tell? Square stems. That is the key to checking all these. And this one really has square stems. This and basil has really square stems as well. So this little plant here it's native to Eurasia. So like Europe and Asia and that whole northern part of the Eastern Hemisphere. And it's just kind of like a wild lawn plant that grows to about 12 inches tall, but it does have a much longer stem. It kind of creeps along before the stem decides to stick up. And so it looks like a much shorter plant than it actually is. And it's got this big, bold flower head. And a lot of the time it looks mostly green or brown because, as you can see, most of the flowers do not open at the same time. So it's open down the bottom or kind of up and down the side of the flower like this one here, as you can see. But it's basically purple. It's got a little white center in it there. And unlike mints and a lot of the other cousins in that family that are really pungent, this does not have any of that kind of aromatic property to it. And Self-Heal is one of these plants that has this like huge long list. Oh, it fixes this and that. It's good for this condition and that ailment. And sometimes you think, really, come on. But Self-Heal has actually been, I want you guys to be able to see this. Let me put it on another. Can you see it now? A little bit. Let's pile it up, pile it up. I got all my card decks here. There we go. So it's one of those plants. It actually has been studied quite a lot and also has a very long traditional use in herbalism as well. So everything from varicose veins, it's an antiviral, it's good for the lymph system, but it's mostly known for as being a mucilaginous wound healer. So it's very easy to kind of just wrinkle it up, get it kind of moist and juicy, put it on a wound, and it helps to draw out and heal infections in wounds in particular. So in addition, because of the shape of the flower that kind of looks like a snapdragon, it's got like the open throat and mouth. It was also traditionally used to for sore throats and tonsillitis. And in traditional Chinese herbalism, it's used to clear heat from the liver and for building and nourishing the kidneys. Now, according to Matthew Wood, in his book, he quotes the late William Lasassier, who found it helpful when dental decay was combined with kidney trouble. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, the kidneys strengthen the bones and teeth. So he thought that this was due mostly to someone that might not be able to digest protein very well. And so the kidneys are kind of trying to you have a lot of protein in the blood that's got to be filtered out, and the livers can't handle it. And so it's kind of like dumping calcium, and that is causing a lot of problems with tooth decay. It's just so interesting to see how all of these different, how one little thing can affect another part of your body that you don't even think would it be related, right? So kidneys strengthen the bones and teeth. Self-heal helps with a lot of different things. Now, self-heal is one of the best flower essences to use on its own, or also to add into another flower essence blend because of its name, self-heal. So it gives the person confidence that they can actually heal themselves. And of course, the truth is, if we all had confidence and believed that our body could heal itself and got out of the way, we probably would never be sick now, would we? But according to the Flower Essence Services, self-heal flower essence is one of the most fundamental and broadly applicable remedies for true soul healing and balance. This essence addresses the capacity of the self to become involved with and take responsibility for its own healing journey. No variety of outer measures and techniques can bring about genuine healing at any level unless the individual is quickened from within and motivated to seek and affirm the wholeness of life. So this is basically saying, unless you're making the choice, you're taking the responsibility of healing from within, it's just not going to happen, or it's going to happen very, very slowly. Now, self-heal is especially important for those who have lost faith in the ability for their own body to be well, who have given this responsibility to other healers or other people. So, oh, fix me. This is kind of our attitude in today, right? We go into the doctor, give me a pill. So self-heal says, you got to bring it back home again and heal yourself. Be responsible for your own healing. Now, the Oracle card, did I just bury that underneath all of these things that I set up here? I think I did. Where did it go? Oracle card is from the Soulflower Essence deck. Here it is. And it's, oops, stand by. I'm back. And again, it's the word on the card is responsibility. So on the card, it says, true healing is a journey that engages the whole of your being in a spiraling process of deeper and deeper levels of understanding and self-awareness. Self-heal addresses the special connection between your soul and your body and encourages you to take responsibility for your own personal journey. So it is pretty much up to you to take responsibility for your health and well-being. And it's just kind of like, well, duh, obviously it's my body, myself. I need to take responsibility for it. But of course, there's a lot of different situations and beliefs that can prevent us from really getting on with our own self-healing. So this guy is going to help with that. But like, how do you start that? You recognize it. How do you start? Like, where do you go? Where do you start? And what's a good place to start? So I have recently been loving this new deck of cards that I got from Carolyn Myss called the Wisdom for Healing cards. And it's just a card you could use it like on a daily basis, just a little saying. So I thought, well, let's take responsibility. What do these cards have to say? And are you ready for this? Release the need to complain. Wow. Okay. That pretty much sums up the thing that causes pain for most people. One of the biggies, if there's anything that keeps us in poor health, it's definitely choosing to complain and keep pain alive. Keep focusing on the negative pain that we have and blaming it on something else is another one. So release the need to complain. And what it says on the card is, lots of cards today, aren't I? It says, honestly assess whether you're a complainer, no matter whether you share the complaints with others or keep them to yourself. So this is a key part about this. It's not just about you're one of those people that complains to others, maybe you're just kind of complaining inside your head, and that can have just as much of an effect. So this tendency is a way of looking at a situation without seeing its potential blessings. So from a health perspective, this is so incredibly important, right? If you know me at all, you might know that I was diagnosed with Lyme disease in 2015, which is 7 years after I was first affected by it. But do you hear me going on and on about Lyme disease? I mean, I chose early on, I was not going to personify it. I was not going to take on my Lyme. I just was not going to do that. And although I talked about it and I did all the work, I took the herbs and I changed my diet and I did other types of treatments and supplements. I mean, trust me, I could go on and on about the pain and all that good stuff, but I chose not to do this. And in this card reminded me, wow, what are the blessings like that came to me because I chose to just say, okay, here we go. We're going to start this healing journey. What are some things that I had to change in my life in order to heal? And those things changed my entire trajectory of my life. So we can look at this here, responsibility for our own life. I'm going to challenge you, our own life and health, and challenge you this week to really notice this. This is your first step in taking responsibility for your health, because we all know that what we think and what we say about ourselves and how we feel about ourselves is just as important, if not more important, if not the source of our physical pain, right? So take a look this week. Your challenge is to notice, do you have something that's giving you pain and you're complaining about it a lot? So try to stop, reshift, look at it a little bit differently, and notice the blessings that may have come from this as well. I can't remember who it was, but I remember watching a presentation one time about from a woman that says, most people that get disease, there's a benefit. Like, what is the benefit that you're getting out of this particular disease? It was quite interesting. I won't talk more about that now, but instead just to say, here's a good way to look at it. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me? That's not my original saying. A lot of people use it. And so take that perspective and let a little self-healing happen for you this week. And that's our message for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are on Instagram, you should follow me there. My handle there is Cultivate My Life. And I post all kinds of garden pictures and different sorts of little video tips and kind of like what I'm working on in my herbal apothecary, what I might be cooking, going to the farm, things like that. So Cultivate My Life is my handle, and I hope you follow me there. Till then, have a great week. Don't complain. See you next week. Bye-bye.